Have you ever looked at the world and wondered, God, why? Why does God allow suffering? Why does he let evil continue? Why do innocent people get hurt while others seem to get away with injustice? These questions are real, they're painful, and at some point every believer wrestles with them. We may never understand 100%, but the Bible gives us clear truths that help us see God's heart, even when life doesn't make sense. So today, I want to share 5 powerful reasons why God may allow suffering, evil, or injustice, and how these truths can give us hope, perspective, and faith in the middle of difficult times. Point 1. God allows free will. One of the biggest reasons suffering exists is because God gave us something incredibly powerful: free will. Real love always requires choice. If God forced us to love him or forced us to do good, then our love wouldn't be real, it would be programmed. But with free will comes the possibility of sin, selfishness, and evil choices. In Deuteronomy 30:19, God says, "I have set before you life and death. Now choose life." Most of the evil in the world is the result of human decisions, not God's design. God honors our freedom because it allows genuine relationship with him. But that same freedom means people can choose harm over love. Point 2. Suffering can shape our character. Romans 5:3-4 tells us, "Suffering produces endurance, character, and hope." We don't enjoy hardship, but some things can only grow in difficulty: strength, patience, compassion, faith. Just like muscles grow under resistance, our spiritual strength grows in the pressure of life. God doesn't send every storm, but he always uses storms to shape us. Point 3. God brings good out of bad. Even when something isn't good, God can work through it. Romans 8:28 says, "God works all things together for good for those who love him." This doesn't mean everything is good. It means God can redeem anything. Think of Joseph, betrayed, enslaved, falsely accused. Yet he said in Genesis 50:20, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." We don't always see the purpose while we're hurting, but later we look back and realize God was working all along, behind the scenes, in the details, in ways we never expected. Point 4. We live in a fallen world. From the moment sin entered the world in Genesis 3, creation itself became broken. That's why we see disease, natural disasters, death, and injustice. This is not the world as God originally made it. It's the world after sin twisted it. But God promises this isn't the end of the story. Revelation 21:4 says, "There will be no more death, or sorrow, or crying, or pain." God will restore everything. Our current suffering is temporary compared to eternity. Before we get to the final point, I just want to take a quick moment to share something with you. We've recently launched a new collection, including clothing, phone cases, and more, designed to reflect faith, hope, and purpose in everyday life. Whether it's for yourself or as a meaningful Christmas gift, each piece is meant to be a simple reminder of truth and a way to carry your faith into everyday life. All right, let's finish with our final point. Point 5. God is close in our suffering. Here's the part we often forget. God doesn't just allow suffering, He enters into it. Jesus suffered rejection, betrayal, physical pain, and death. He understands our hurt. Psalm 34:18 says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted." In our darkest moments, God doesn't step away. He steps closer. Sometimes His presence is the answer our heart needs most. So, why does God allow suffering, evil, and injustice? We may never know the full picture, but we do know this: God gave us free will. He uses suffering to grow us. He brings good out of evil. We live in a fallen world, but not forever. And God never leaves us in our pain. Even when we don't understand the why, we can trust the God who is good, faithful, and near. If this encouraged you, feel free to share it. Send it to someone who's struggling, or reflect on these truths in your own time with God. And maybe the hardest part is this: sometimes we want clear answers, but God doesn't always give us the full picture. Just like we don't see the whole road ahead when we're driving, God sees what we don't. What feels like a delay, a detour, or even a breakdown to us, God can use for protection, growth, or direction. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and don't forget to check our new store.